Hey Justin. Alright, so here's what I have set up. Here's my sample application. I have two running, so this is just the simple front end. You've got your index, and these are a ton of React.js documents. Typically, this isn't what you would have. You would have a source and a distribution folder, and your source would compile to one file in a distribution, but this is a super simple Hello World application. Here's your main. So what you do, first of all, if you have WebStorm, it'll ask you, this looks like JSX, do you want it to switch to JSX? And you say yes, it'll help you format it. And now it looks much better. You make components. So here's your request component. It's got the, React has reserved functions. So here's a reserved function, you get an initial state. Your initial state is hi, so if something fails, then test message is going to say hi. So you actually change that to fail. It doesn't matter because it won't fail. And component did mount is saying if everything works okay, then go ahead and perform whatever's in here. So we're going to use your standard jQuery AJAX request get localhost 3000, and you notice this is a full URL. So this could be any URL. If it was just get data, then you're not using cores. But since we are using cores, which is right here, it'll work. It says get accept a request from anywhere, basically. Oh, good lord. There. And let's see, render is what you're going to return to your document. So you're rendering a div that says this.state.text message. So at this moment, if this fails, it's going to say fail. And then I have another component, and here's how you nest components right here. You have your app, which takes a render function, just like all of these. These all take a render function, which is the final step. And render is going to return a div with the component, which is right here, and then below that the get request, which is up here. You can also have ways of saying, URL equals whatever, or whatever in here. You can also nest components in here. I haven't set it up for that, so it wouldn't work, but you can also say component, and within component get request. I just haven't done it. Down here you have react dom.render, and then you're saying app, which is right here, and it can only return one thing, so you have it nested in a div. It could return one div, but that div could have a whole bunch of things inside of it. And then your standard attach it to content. And your index is div ID content. So this is all you have. And then over here is the server part, completely different application, running on a different port. So this is going to be running on 333. The reason why you need a server is because React needs to be on a server to render. So I have something called HTTPster. You should download that if you're going to be using React. And over here you have your standard data. Let's see, go over to, ignore this because I was testing it all on one server, but we're not going to be using that. Index, I have get data is going to be sending hello Justin. So stop and restart in case anything got weird. It's listening on 3000, so you have to make sure this is grabbing it from 3000 instead of where you are here, 333, 3333. HTTP stir, actually make sure you have index HTML. So you start it, and you can see it's already loaded from previous session. No errors or anything. Hello Justin. There it goes. That's your basic hello world. And for proof, you'd be able to say there you go. There's a curl request. How you would have this is something like this. Let's see. WebStorm file open recent React 14. So if you're going to have this as an application that you're building, here's what you would want to do. You have all of your stuff in source, and you can nest like I was telling you. So here's the main. It's got app, and then app requires, let's see, let's go into component app, and then that requires all of these, which are other components, and you can see how I'm nesting them here. this is how a single page application would work. You have your locations, and when people click about, you're going to say render about in this area, etc., etc. Aside, and how that looks is, let's since I forgot how to change port, let's kill it here. Running a 3. So that's how this would look. Whoops. No, hold on. This is a normal React application. You have your home, you have your about. This is just me messing with things. And this is a completely different component somewhere else. You can copy and paste this component. This is the aside component right here. You can say, hey, look, I want to take a look at the aside component. Here's what the aside component looks like, this .props.children. So then if you wanted to change it, you could say test from aside. This would be the children. In here is children. So you can say test from aside is down there, etc., etc. And you can tell it's a single page application. You could change links about GitHub. It's all single page application. There's not much rendering going on here. Just this area renders when you click a menu link. And that's it.